Explicit warnings of military action against Iran coming in hot and heavy at the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee conference in Washington. Israel's most ardent supporters pushing for greater U.S. backing, but the meeting is drawing fire, with protesters staging a somewhat colorful demonstration. Among their concerns is aggressive settlement expansion on occupied Palestinian land and warmongering by Netanyahu. RT's ZIoN ZIoN takes a look at the aims and goals of the conference.
AIPAC is pushing for a congressional resolution that would say, should Israel decide to strike Iran, the U.S. would give all its support, including military.
All options must remain on the table. We have stated this time and again, and we expect all those who say it to mean it.
This kind of a congressional green light for a preemptive strike, although non-binding, is seen by some as a way to put more pressure on the Obama administration, which so far has been reluctant to see the U.S. dragged into another war in the Middle East.
The mullahs will never abandon their nuclear efforts unless they genuinely believe that America is serious about keeping all options on the table.
Many at the conference said they thought the administration was soft on Iran, but that's a view that was expressed on the sidelines, not from the podium.
The potential of Israeli nuclear defense is the only thing that's keeping the country alive, not relying on America, because Obama has not been forthcoming in defending them against Iran. In fact, he's been stalling.
AIPAC is also pushing for legislation that would designate Israel as a major strategic ally of the United States. The question many ask is, why does the country that's perceived as being closest to America suddenly need the congressional seal of approval now?
According to an NBC Wall Street Journal poll that came out just a few days ago, 55% of Americans now no longer want any sort of preference between either side of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The lobby may view this as a chance, particularly in the face of sequestration, where their aid could be cut just across the board, almost $200 million. They could view this as a last chance to tie in support.
Despite the urgency of the subject, the conflict with the Palestinians has received considerably less attention at the summit than Iran. But the general impression here is that what's widely regarded as the most influential lobby in the American politics has detected a potential threat not just from Israel's neighbors, but from inside Washington itself.
In the wake of 2 wars and a battered economy, we see signs of an increasing desire to disengage from world events and focus inward. This growing yearning to untangle from what is perceived as too complicated a world affects both parties, conservatives and liberals alike. They just want out. For Israel, even the tendency toward isolationism is extremely dangerous.
Refusing to speak on camera, some of the delegates expressed frustration over the president's decision to nominate Chuck Hagel as defense secretary.